Hey guys, what's up? What's up? What's up? You already know who this is. This your one and only girl, Queen B. Queen B is in the mother effing house. Oh yes, people, let's talk. I know it's been a minute, yeah, because I've been chilling, trying to, stay out of the way a little bit, a little something, something. But this time I had to come out and say something. I ain't gonna lie, people. Let me stop with the little cowboy talk. Anyway, guys, for real though. I mean, every single day on social media, we just see where Badmind, envy, jealousy, bitterness, it's like it cannot help but to show its head, right? It cannot help but to show its head. And I'm telling you, people, a lot of time when people get angry and upset and mad and come out and cuss people for no reason is because the person continue to see their failure when they're looking at somebody else who's been prosperous, is doing something with their life, is doing something great, is making something of themselves, is coming and taking America by storm and showing them how it needs to be done and should have been done, right? And when people see that, it angers them so goddamn much because it continues to kind of highlight their failure in life, their failure in America, their failure of not, using the opportunity that they had to make something great of themselves. And people, to be honest, I'm going to also include myself into that, right? I think looking at certain individuals, I'm going to keep trying my best to keep names out of it. I'm going to try my best, but, some names may slip out. But all who know who I'm talking to or about at what particular point in my message, all right? So just listen very carefully. When I look at certain individual that just got to America, not even a good year yet, I don't even think it's a good 7-8 months yet, right? And when you see what they have already accomplished as far as, turning their hands and making ways of making money, okay, maybe they don't have a physical job where they get up every single day and get dressed and, get in their car and drive to an office somewhere or whatever, right? But because they're not doing that right now, they don't just sit on them behind. You understand? They don't just sit on their behind and wait for handouts, right? Them take them on and then make fashion, right? And they making their own money in the privacy of their homes. Now, I understand another blogger's gripe. Okay, they used to, bake in their homes also and bake in their kitchen, and everybody used to come down at them and, and make fun of them and make them into a mockery and, all kind of other stuff. We already know the history of that, right? But it is what it is. It's social media. And if they don't like you, that's the kind of treatment you're going to get regardless. I don't think per se it was because it was out of your kitchen. I just think per se they just didn't like you. So, of course, they're going to find all kind of faults with you. They're going to ridicule you. They're going to, mock you, jeer you, and cuss you. Yeah, right? But it has nothing to do with the fact that you were actually baking in your kitchen. It just that was a tool for them to use and a weapon for them to use against you. Now, you cannot come about now and see someone else baking in their kitchen, someone that, they all love and adore and respect and have high regards for, and that person is now baking in their kitchen. Of course, they're not going to mock that person. Of course, they're not going to ridicule that person. Of course, they're not going to cuss that person. Why? Because they love and adore and respect that person. And it has nothing to do with the fact that that person is also now baking in their kitchen, right? You just have to do with who that person is in general, right? So we're going to separate that. Yes, it is biased. Yeah, we could say, okay, on social media, that's being biased because you cuss one person and then the next person doing the same thing. But again, it does not boil down to the kitchen. It boils down to who that person is, right? And I think that's where a lot of the flack and a lot of the, animosity and negativity came from, right? So we're not going to mix the two, right? But what I'm saying to you guys is, I watch that person, and to me, I admire that. I admire the strength. I admire the fact that, they're willing to even do that, for the whole world to see. You know what I mean? Like, they could have been behind the scene, baking them little cake and, selling it to the neighbors, or, selling it on their website and make it nice and official. And no, but them come out in the broad public, right? Because there's nothing to be ashamed of. And they baking their cakes and they making their money, and they make them and turn into fashion, right? To continue to financially support them while they, maybe decide what they want to do next. And I'm sure, knowing that individual person, they got great plans, right? That they working on behind the scene that nobody knows about. I promise you, that particular person is not just sitting there, la-da-da-da-da-ding, running off with the mouth, baking cakes and selling it from their home. I'm sure they have a greater and a bigger plan behind the scene that they're working on. I'm almost guaranteed of that, right? But everybody else, when you look at them, we kind of have to assume, like, okay, what else do you have working behind the scene? Because majority of the time, you're in front of the camera, cursing, carrying on, disrespecting, badminding, jealousing of this one and that one, and just, throwing your little words here and there, and every day you just on social media talking nothing but pure nonsense. So you make you wonder, like, okay, when do you find time to even behind the scene creating any great plan? I'm not saying maybe they're not, but I'm just saying to the general public, you would kind of assume that they're not, right? Me, like I said, come back to, that particular lady that I'm talking about. I admired that, right? And it made me look within myself and say, oh my God, yes, I've been in this country for so many years, and actually since I was young, actually, right? And you never realize the opportunities that's actually here in front of your face, and how to really push forward and go for it and gung-ho and, make it happen. And, but this person inspire you to do that. It inspire you to want to do more and be more and create more. You understand? And behind the scene, I'm doing my little, little something here and there, Of course, I can't bring it to social media because I am also one of the so-called hated one, right? So I know my place where I can't come out and introduce my business and really, advertise it and push it on social media or anything like that. No, because I already know if you're not well liked, and I'm willing to accept that, your crap is going to get torn down, mocked, jeered, cussed out, right? Sabotage. They're probably going to send in all kind of, negative, negative review. You know how they do, right? Yeah. You got guys, you know how you do when you don't like somebody. So I already know that, right? And I'm willing to accept that. So I don't present it to social media at all, right? I do what I do behind the scene. Now, am I going to just get up on Badmind and jealous and start cussing other people who's doing well because they're able to come in front of the world and produce great products and also, get support and this and that, whatever? No. Why? Because that person is loved, respected, and honored. So therefore, it's a difference of the reason why they would get that much support and I most likely won't. That's something you have to accept. So what I see on social media recently, it was, to me, the epitome of jealousy and really straight up bad mind. Because when a person come out and they make a statement, right? Again, I always tell people, you cannot identify yourself with something if it didn't connect in a way, or some truth wasn't in it and you identified yourself with it. If there is no truth in it and you don't identify yourself with it, you would just let it go right over your head and you would never take it personally to say, okay, I'm the person, you know, that person is throwing that word at, or I'm the person that they taking that jab at, because there's nothing in it would sound familiar, nothing in it would resonate with you as the truth, because you know who you are, what your circumstances was. So therefore, it does not matter what anybody throw out there. If you don't connect with it and you don't, internalize it, then it cannot bother you. So when, a person gonna take it up and just run out and start cursing the person for no reason and ray and, Minosa, Mia, chat and ray and rah. I mean, to me, that was so unnecessary. Unnecessary. And I don't care who want come out can run up them stinking mouth. Me not take back no chat. That was so unnecessary. People must learn to pick, choose, and refuse their fight. Not every fight is meant to be fought and won. Certain things you can ignore and just look past it. Especially if you're so secure within yourself and you know who you are and you know what your circumstances is, then there's nothing anyone can say out there that should be able to define you. And when you answer to certain things, that means it defined you and you accepted it and it connected with you. And that's the only reason why you could become so highly offended of what somebody say or do, especially if they did not call your name. Bob Marley did not have that song out there for no reason. True McCann, me never call no phone. If you pick it up, are you identified with it. The truth licks, right? So you don't have to pick up every con that is thrown out there. Pick, choose, and refuse and keep it moving. So, I mean, it is just so terrible when Badmind and jealousy and envy can show up in such a evil and just such a, obvious way. Like, you cannot hide it. There's no way to hide it. Period. And you guys just need to really and truly cut it out. It's just unbelievable, right? But anyway, yes, I had to come out and put my little 2 cents into that because it was so annoying to see it and it was so unnecessary. And if you call yourself trying to, take some time off and refresh and, concentrate and focus on other things, to come running out for something simple and minor like that is like, okay, how busy can you be behind the scene working on yourself? How busy can you really be behind yourself relaxing and so happy and, I'm so happy, I'm happy, how happy can you really be? If something simple like that sent you shooting out once again, right? With the yap. Come on, man, cut the crap out. Anyway, guys, that's all I run out to say. You guys have a wonderful day, evening, afternoon, morning, night, any part of the world you're in today. Queen Bee come, Queen Bee talk, and Queen Bee is out. And yes, I am very inspired by that individual. And no, there is no jealousy, no bad mind, no nothing when it comes to that, right? It's nothing but inspirational. And if people would look at it with open eyes and just see the strength, bypass everything else, bypass all the rest of the negativity, and just look at the strength of that particular person and look at the things that they're using their hands to do. Look at the many different ideas they're coming up with. Look at the support and the love that they have and try to gain some of that for your damn self instead of just sitting around bad mind and jealousy and keep cussing people up for no reason. Wanna stop it? Anyway, people, love you. Bye.